Hi everybody, welcome to today's reading. Today we are having a seasonal black new moon. What does it mean? It just really means that there's 4 new moons in what would normally be a time period of 3 new moons in this winter season. But from an astrological perspective, your spirit team wants you to know that this is a perfect time for making that change for the better. It's definitely something you've been avoiding. It's definitely something you thought, nah, not ready to do that. Spirit's like, yeah, well now you're gonna, because it's the Mercury Retrograde that we had to have, which is about building your confidence, which happened in August. We're still in August, but the tail of the Mercury Retrograde finishes on Monday. So whatever you've been avoiding, whatever change you like right now, Spirit's like, well, no, if not now, when? So you think about that. What are you wanting to change up? And it's a very definitive decision. It makes a big difference. So think about, this is the change that I want. All right. So you know the deal. Today, yes, I have my dog in here today. They are usually around, might be lying down, but today they're up and waiting for something. All right. So today what I do is I pick one card for each of the months, and the reading for you is the month of your birthday. Okay. So we always start in April because April is the beginning of the energy year. April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. They're a bit sticky. This kind of means there's something a little bit like, oh my God, change. Like I can feel all your energies. You're like, I'm not sure that I really want that change, Rosie. Spirit's like, well, it be coming. Right. And this is the card for everyone. Yeah. So behind these 2 people that are clearly not really sure if they're happy is this kind of monster. And it's the thing that we've been avoiding. It's the monster that we're like, just live with that back there. I'm kind of used to it being there. I don't really want things to change. And Spirit is saying, yeah, so it's time for change, taking back control. April babies. So April babies, you are exhausted, and when you're exhausted, you become kind of reasonably unreasonable was what I was going to say. And Spirit is saying that it's time for you to take that rest, because Spirit, when you rest, Spirit is talking to you, and it's an opportunity to sort of recharge, and we return to the halls of wisdom where we are able to have a little conversation with our guides, and we kind of wake up feeling better for the effort. So Spirit is encouraging you to take a rest, even if it feels a little bit naughty. May babies. So someone might be a little bit cranky with you. Don't buy into the crankiness, or you may be cranky with somebody and want to be reactionary, and it's probably not a good idea to be reactionary. State your truth. That's not a reaction, but don't focus on the little things. Focus on the bigger picture of what you are wanting in your life. June babies. Yeah. So you may have been thinking about getting healthy or doing a bit of a health and wellness focus, and Spirit is like, yeah, we're here for you. We can help you with that. And actually, it's a really good time for you to start thinking about yourself. How dare you? Whether that means you're getting up early, you're going for a walk, you're doing something different. It's just maybe a little thing, but it ends up being a big thing. And also, I do feel impressed to say that you may include in that doing some renovations in your home, which could sort of turn into exercise, whether that's, the painting of a house or whatever it is, but it feels like you're making a big difference. July babies. Yeah. So also July babies, I see you looking at the house, trying to turn it into your own sense of mansion. You're doing that with somebody else. Either that or there's plans for travel, but it definitely feels like we're in this together, and it feels really collaborative. August babies. Yeah. August babies, well, it has been a tough August, and sorry about that, but it doesn't happen all the time that you get a Mercury retrograde during your month. But Spirit says that there's this sense of, and you've noticed it, I'm okay, no, I'm not. I'm okay, no, I'm not. I'm okay, no, I'm not. And it's been up and down. And Spirit says to counteract that and try and find your balance, it's a good idea to reignite your relationship with Spirit, because where you're going. When you're going into that doubting, that energy follows thought, when you're doubting yourself, when you're doubting the whole situation, then it can become like you feel like I'm no good. And Spirit's like, when you get back into doing a little meditation, for those of you on Patreon, there is the free meditation that you can download, and hopefully that helps you with this August energy to get back into like, what am I doing and why am I doing it? It's going to work out, because we've got a week of August without the Mercury retrograde, so you can really fire up. September babies, there's a sense of looking at your dollars. There's my little doggies down there. You're looking at your dollars, you're making some budgetary changes. I guess some of us got interest rate cuts. So what are you doing with the money that you're saving? Working on that. And Spirit says for you guys, it is about looking at the detail, because it helps you feel more in control for where you're headed. So whether that's making a budget or whatever it is, or looking at your investments, or getting your tax done, I guess. September, October babies. October babies, this time, whatever it is, Spirit's pointing upwards and going, you know what, it's time. We've been telling you it's time for quite a while. Perhaps you've been avoiding the responsibility of it being the time to make the change, but Spirit's like, it is time and it will be good. I do feel like I'm looking at all these mountains in the background, and you know, when you go on a hike and you're having to walk up a whole lot of mountains, up and down, we kind of think, oh, can I just do a hike that's just on a flat piece of road? But Spirit is saying that this time it's that change that does require a little bit up and down. So they're saying it's not going to be perfectly easy, but it's not going to be extremely difficult as much as you have been anticipating that it could be. November babies. Wow. So November babies, Spirit is wanting to remind you that other people in your life are important, and to reach out to those people that matter to you, whether that is a partner, family, friend, co-worker, whatever it is. It's like allowing yourself to recognize the spiritual connection. After all, we are a soul group, and that fills you. It kind of makes you feel like I'm not alone on this journey, because maybe there's a sense of being worried about being alone at the moment, and that is certainly not what your future holds. Just saying. What was that? October, November, December babies. Right. So, you've been thinking about this change, but you haven't really thought it through, is what Spirit's saying. Spirit is saying that the change needs to be considered in an orderly process. So don't just throw yourself into change. Be like, okay, this is the change I want. That's the first part. And then to be like, okay, first step, second step, third step, how am I reaching to where I'm wanting to go? January babies. Yeah, so you might be feeling a little bit stuck. Like, who's responsible for this? How am I supposed to change this up? But what Spirit wants to remind you is that you are a humanitarian. Don't get stuck in watching the news or thinking about how hard life is and how much harder other people are having it. That doesn't mean that your life isn't hard just because you see on the news that other people are having horrific lives. You are entitled to feel what you're feeling and to feel what you could or should do for other people. That is your path, even though it's not that easy. February babies. That's my dog's heading the door. I don't know if you can hear it. February babies, you are definitely not in the mode to make change, but Spirit's like, when you don't make change, then Spirit makes it for you, and that's the fate kind of feeling, and it feels horrific because it's done to you. It's done for you, but you haven't been part of this decision-making process. So Spirit's like, really put your thinking cap on what you're wanting over, what do we got? September, October, November, December, January, February, March. We've got 7 months left of this energy year. So it's up to you. What do you want that to look like at the end of that energy year? How do you want to be? What do you want to have achieved? And so, remembering your vision board, what was your plan? Because you're ignoring it. March babies, you are so connected to that kind of January energy as well, because it's about that humanitarian thing. You're a very spiritual person. You're very humble. And Spirit is saying that there's many different ways of ticking that box. So don't go feeling like that means you should become a missionary, or that you should take off as a nurse and work overseas in desperate circumstances, or that you should start a fund for people. No, it can just be that you are sending love and light, but just thinking about how you do that, because you don't realize how powerful you are. Right. So take care of you first in that process. And then on that note, have a wonderful weekend.